How's it going, Blues fans? My name is Dico Pauly, creator of the Blue Blog here on YouTube and on Instagram as well, and I am finally back. Sorry for missing the last few games. I know, you know what, inconsistency is not that great, but I mean, it kind of is what it is. The last game I actually did was about 13 days ago, and that was against the Edmonton Oilers, and I believe that may have been their last win. Unless I'm wrong. If you can be honest, don't really remember. Anyways, the St. Louis Blues are on a cold streak right now, losing 5 of their last 6 games. They have dropped 5 points out of a playoff spot with the game in hand. The Predators, they heated up. They got up in there. The Minnesota Wild are up in there. The Calgary Flames are right there too. The Seattle Kraken are also right there. We'll just have to see what those teams can do. Because personally, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, and I really don't think the Blues are going to make playoffs. What I'm scared of is they'll be right there, right on that next slot, right below Nashville by a point or two, and they miss, just barely. That is quite simply the worst case scenario for the St. Louis Blues, because we still are in a retool, and we do kind of need to, focus on the future a little bit. And a better draft pick for this year's draft would be awesome, especially seeing that there's a few nice young offensive defensemen, which I personally believe we need that true number one offensive guy on the back end. Because Torrey Krug right now is not cutting it. Perunovic so far isn't cutting it. And it's just, frustrating to see. Anyways, let's get to the game. The Blues lose this one 3-2 in a game where Jordan Binnington played absolutely unreal, and he really wanted to pass Curtis Joseph with 138 wins, passing him for the third all-time Blues win list. I was really excited, and I will show off a little bit. So I have a mutual friend of Curtis Joseph. He golfs here. If you don't know, I'm in Arizona. He golfs here in Arizona every March/April at this golf course for a tournament, and it's going to be flipped around. But I got this Binnington Pro Stock stick signed by Curtis Joseph when I met him. Super cool guy, super nice. Said, if you have anything else for me to sign, let me know. And I said, nah, dude, this is cool enough. Thank you for giving me the time. Blah, blah, blah. Super cool. Anyways, I was really excited for Binnington, and he played absolutely unreal. The Blues come out this game absolutely hot. The first line is buzzing. They get out there. They get the work. And then next thing you know, the Blues get a power play. That first unit's out there. Thomas wastes no time off the winning faceoff and snipes this puppy far side top corner. He scores his 20th of the year, tying his career high, and I believe now he is on pace for 97 points on the season. This would be the first Blue, I think, in my lifetime to hit 100 points in the season. And, point production from the St. Louis Blues, even from stars in recent years, hasn't been absolutely fantastic. We've been more of a depth kind of team, but Robert Thomas is proving to be absolutely elite. So, Robert Thomas, sick goal on the power play. And, again, their next shift, the first line goes back to work, and they work this puck down low. And Thomas to Kyrou behind the net to Buchnevich, far side snipe. The St. Louis Blues are up 2-0 in the first 5 minutes of this game. After this, the Edmonton Oilers had a huge bounce back, I believe taking over momentum all the way through, maybe midway through the second period. Then the St. Louis Blues started to fight back a little bit. In that time frame, the Edmonton Oilers will tie the game. 2 goals from Zach Hyman, 1 on the power play, and 1 even strength on a big defensive line change to give McDavid and a Hyman a 2-on-1, 2 on half ish. I wish I could play the video for you because Falk was somewhat there, but he was clearly 3 steps behind trying to get his stick on there. Maybe should have dove, but oh well, it is what it is. So now we got a tie game at 2-2, and the Edmonton Oilers still bringing it. But Binnington is making some absolutely fantastic saves. The St. Louis Blues then come down. They start slowly getting the work. They're throwing pucks on net. Skinner's there to make a couple saves. Third period comes around. The Blues start off on the power play. Absolutely nothing goes down on the new sheet of ice. Bolduc has a 2-on-1 with Braden Shen where Braden Shen gets hurt, but he returns later in the game. Bolduc gets absolutely robbed from Skinner. Skinner, I felt like had a fantastic, or not Skinner, Bolduc, I felt like had a fantastic offensive game. Emphasis on offensive game today. Really was creative. He uses his speed so well and his release is insanely good. Just needs a little bit of strength, and those turnovers in the neutral zone, no bueno. But you know what? It's only his third, fourth NHL game, so I'm not going to absolutely hate on him. So end of the third period comes around. This game's going into overtime. In the Edmonton Oilers game possession, the Edmonton Oilers kind of have a chance, but the defense from the Blues from Kyrou Thomas and Parayko were absolutely fantastic on this one. Eventually the Blues would get possession of the puck, and they would come down. They try and get their chances. They just pretty much throw pucks on net. I don't think Skinner was really too worried, but at least there's shots on net. Not a big deal. Time is winding down in this game, and then next thing you know, McDavid brings this puck along the left side outside, gets a little puck flip over Binnington's shoulder, and the Edmonton Oilers win this game 3-2. Jordan Binnington stops 32 of 35, posting a .914 save percentage this one. You could seriously tell he wanted to win this game and pass Curtis Joseph for third all-time Blues wins list. Positives, like I said on my Instagram, the first line looked absolutely great. Buchnevich's trade value, as some may have heard, Buch is on the market, and we could get a hefty return for him, considering that he is honestly, in my opinion, the second best winger on the trade market right now, behind Jake Gensel. Jake Gensel, one of my favorite players in the league. Very, very underrated. Can easily pop 40 goals when fully healthy too. So Gensel, great, and then Buchnevich is right there, right under him. So we'll see what Gensel gets if he gets traded. If he doesn't get traded, teams will for sure look for Buchnevich, and they'll pay the price for them, because if the Blues just retain half of his salary, that's $3.4 million. No, that's that's like 2.8 or $2.9 million for a point per game winger. I mean, who that is going to be a first round pick, a top prospect, and give me another first round pick, because unreal. Bulldog again, offensively looked great, really creative, great release, using his speed. You love to see it. Parayko and Leddy, I felt like had a solid game. Binnington again played unreal. So negatives, everyone but the third line, or everyone but the first line cannot score, and the third line is our worst line, and one of the worst lines I've ever seen. It starts with Kevin Hayes. Love him as a person. The guy's been through a lot in his career, and it's tough to see him because we bring him on. He's only getting paid $3 million, but from us, and I just expected a lot more from him. It's tough, but what are you gonna do? Maybe he'll figure it out. Maybe his line mates aren't that good. It's okay. The Falk Krug line, I felt like got a little bit bullied at times against like Fogle and McLeod, some of those bigger guys. I felt like they got absolutely bullied. Nuge kind of bullied him around. Kane bullied him around a little bit. I felt like they got a little bit bullied and losing those puck battles sometimes a little too easily. And Bulldog with a few turnovers, but again, he'll get over that eventually. So honestly, that's all I'm going to really talk about today. Next game is going to be Saturday against the Minnesota Wild at 5 o'clock your time, 4 o'clock my time. And you know what? If Binnington starts, let's just hope for a win, because I really want him to pass Cujo. That'd be insanely awesome. Anyways, that's all for me. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Let me know what you guys think of the video. Let me know what you guys think of the Blues right now. What should the Blues do with some of the pieces that you could trade? We got Verana, if we're going to dump him. Kapanen, which I don't think anyone wants. Scandella, which some teams might want. Parayko's name has been out there, especially with Tanev being traded. Buchnevich's name is out there. Sammy Blais, if someone wants a fourth-line grinder for a 6th-round pick. And maybe even Scott Perunovich, because I don't think we're really giving him the time and effort. So send him somewhere to where he could potentially make a difference. That'd be cool with me. That's all I got for you guys. I hope everyone's enjoys, and go Blues.